Where's my little bauble?
There it is. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Oi, Let's Talk podcast.
Welcome.
As you can see, we're feeling very festive today. If you're not watching, you should probably run to your computer or look at your podcast screen on Spotify because we've dressed up for the occasion.
We're pretty excited for the
wish you a
festive
Merry
season.
Christmas.
I think we're delusional.
I think we're delusional.
But we're delusional and merry.
Yes,
So that's
and
great.
that's all that matters.
No.
And to be honest, I fucking love Christmas. I used to not like Christmas, but I'm really getting into my festive
Era.
era.
I love that.
And I love this. So we've come to you in our pajamas with our Santa hats on, and we're giving you a little bit of a wrap up of 2024. What are some lessons that you've learnt in the last 12 months? And what are some things that you're going to leave behind? And then I want to know what your word of 2025 is.
Wow, it's really coming at me.
I got a
I'm
lot of
going
things.
to say lessons. We have done a lot of travel and we've also done work overseas and speaking in front of large groups of people. And I think that the lesson in that is you need to put yourself out there in order to get better at something.
Yeah.
So like for the public speaking, for example, I feel so much more confident to be in front of a group of 50 women and talking about my background and why I'm passionate about XYZ. And when I look back at videos of me talking on the last trip, I'm really happy with how I delivered what it is that I wanted to say. And I think that when I've spoken previously, I've rushed through things and I've kind of not given myself a chance to just like say something, give it a second to, you know, be sunk in. And so the lesson is just to put yourself out there more because that's going to eventually harness and hone the skills that you're wanting. Like I've always wanted to be really good at that. And other lessons would be in order to be really consistent with, say, social media, you just need to be authentic and then it feels really easy. So I have posted on social media a lot for a long time now, but I think that this year I've just been really, really consistent and that is mainly just been like what I spoke about last episode, which is just like posting everything and just feeling more comfortable in myself to do that. Not caring about the reach or the whatever. So I think just putting stuff out there because I know that it's good and I know that it's going to land with the right people. And I know that that is going to really serve me with my goals in the new year. Another lesson would be, I think one, which I won't go into the full details of this, but to trust your gut. I think Kate will know the example, but I think that I have read people a certain way before and against my better judgment thought, you know, they might mean something different or that. And then it's worked out that
You were right.
I was
all along.
right all along. So I think that something that has reaffirmed for me this year is to really trust your gut. And like I speak to Kate all the time. Like she'll be like, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? I think that I am really happy to really own why I think something and not have to over explain it. Like I have a shit vibe or not that keen on this or whatever it might be. And I think I'm getting better at just owning that. What am I leaving behind? I think limiting what I'm capable of doing because I have always just been happy to work for myself and like what I'm living at the moment is like owning my own business. I've always just been happy with that. But I think I've limited how far I can go with that because I haven't felt overly motivated, to be honest. Like my main goal was to work for myself, to not have a boss and to do what I love. But the thing I think I'm leaving behind is how far I push it. Because
The complacency,
because I do have really big goals and I know that I can definitely achieve them. And it's not that I was lazy before because I've always kind of been on a bit of a mission, but I think actually thinking that the sky is the limit and of how far I want to grow my business or what I want to do. So what I'm leaving behind is that mindset.
Yeah, I love
Was that everything?
I think so. We'll come back if we've missed anything.
Yeah.
I think my life lessons for 2024 is I am so much more capable than what I give myself credit for
Yeah.
in all areas of my life, whether that is my business, my friendships, my internal belief systems. I am so much more capable than I give myself credit for. And I've spent a lot of time being like, oh, like I haven't really achieved too much, or I haven't really done too much, and not really giving myself credit for everything that I have done.
Yep.
And this year I really stepped into getting outside my comfort zone. I think I've done like something of 12 public in-person speaking events over the last 12 months, or maybe 7 to 12. I can't remember the exact number. Which if you had said to me 2 years ago that I would be doing that, there was no way. I've pushed so many edges in my business. I've done things every single week that has made my stomach churn that I don't want to have to do. And I've reaped the reward of it on the other side. So I've really shown and proven to myself you're so much more capable than you have given yourself credit for over the last 12 months. Another lesson that I've learned is around friendships. And I've had quite a lot of like uncomfortable and hard conversations this year with a lot of friends of mine that are quite close to me. And I've really kind of dug a little bit deeper into what I want moving forward in 2024, which is non-flaky friendships. If you are a secret hater, you can't like my fucking content on social media. There's lots of other things that are involved in that. I'm just not wasting my time or energy. And I've just started to, I guess, like learn lessons around who really loves me, who really cares for me, who's really in my corner over the last 12 months. And I feel really, really solid with the friendships that I have, which makes me really, really happy. Another lesson that I have learnt is I have a very powerful mind. We're going deep. So I have spent a lot of my life feeling that I'm a failure, I'm incapable, whatever. Like I've been told pretty much my whole life that you're just not good enough, right? And everyone's had these stories, whatever. We're not getting into that. We're talking about our lessons. But this year I've literally proved to myself that like I'm the master of my mind. Like if I can tell myself I can do something, I'm going to do it. There is no way. There's no way it's not happening. I'm claiming it. I'm doing it. It is what it is. And it always works out in my favor. Even if it takes me a while to get there, even if I have to go through ups and downs and curves and take roundabouts around it, I will always get to where I'm meant to be. And I believe the power of your mind is really, really important with that, right? Like, yeah, so I've worked this year on very like strengthening my mindset, becoming resilient as fuck, going after the things that I want. And I'm really proud of what I achieved this year.
I'm proud of you as well. You've done amazing.
I did a really, really good job.
I feel unstoppable as a duo.
Oh, we're on.
Actually
Look at us
feel
in our
like
fucking Santa hats. Come at us.
No, I feel like back on the friendship, I should have mentioned this in the card game, but yeah, something that has eventuated from having such a strong friendship is the feeling that you are unstoppable.
Absolutely.
Which is a really nice feeling. Mm-hmm. What other questions did you have?
Yeah, so they're kind of my life lessons. I feel like I'm way more capable than I give myself credit for. I've proved that to myself. I've gotten outside my comfort zone, done things all the time throughout the whole year that have pushed me out of my comfort zone. I've worked really, really hard. And I think the thing that I'm also, I guess another lesson that I've kind of learned in 2024 is I will always win. Sorry, but that's the way it is. I'm a winner. I'm not a loser. I will always win. And the reason I'll always win is because I'm so tapped into my long-term vision. I'm like so focused on where I'm going. And this is not just business related. This is just like life related as well. What I want to build, what I want to achieve, where I want to invest my money, all of the things, right? So I'm so tapped into my long-term vision. And like when I really looked, like I've been doing a lot of reflecting. At the end of the year, I like to like set my goals around December 1st and like really reflect on things that I want to get done in the new year, what I've done in the past. And I did spend a majority of my life not ever reflecting on the things that I have achieved. So I've made this like a pretty big deal for me because I'm very, as you have mentioned, I just like, oh yeah, I done that. Cool. What's next? Like I need to actually stop and smell the roses. So I've been doing a lot of reflecting over the last couple of months. And at the end of the year, I like to goal set. And I was looking at what my long-term vision is for next year. And I feel really locked and loaded in on that. And I always say to my clients, and if you're a listener right now and you're like, okay, cool, I have these really big goals and dreams that I want to achieve over the next 12 or 18 months, being able to stay true to your long-term vision, no matter what happens, whether it's hard, whether you struggle, whether you're given a fucking shit hand, whatever, being like stuck into that long-term vision, you're going to win every time, every single time. So I'm feeling really good. I've learnt my lessons, and the things that I am leaving behind, that was the second question, right? The things that I'm leaving behind is shit friendships, don't have time for them. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Bye. Bye. Shitty friendships, excuses, any complaining, self-doubt, they're all in the past. 2024, don't have time. I also am going to say I am leaving behind just being a little bitch.
It's about time.
That's the reality of it, isn't it? No excuses, no complaining, shitty friends, being a bitch, don't have time for it, staying in 2024. 2025, the year of 2025.
Yep.
We have so we have a word. Me and Gemma like to do this thing where at the end of every year, we like to think about, okay, what is the word or the theme that we're going to kind of carry into 2025 or the year that follows? So what is your word?
So the last 2 years, it has been intentional. So everything that I do is with intention. I'm only saying yes to projects, to collaborations, to whatever, if I'm 100% in. That was one of the words. And then the word last year was abundance. So saying yes, doing more, growing, all of that. This year, 2025, the word is discipline. And I think that it's really timely because 10 years ago in 2015 is when I got into fitness. It's when I went from thinking that I couldn't do things to something flicking in my brain and me realizing I was unstoppable. And I tie that so heavily to what I learned about myself through doing hard things in a fitness sense, in a boot camp, in the gym. Then I did Tough Mudder. I did a whole lot of stuff in 2015 and it's very significant to me. So I really want to utilize that as one, to celebrate the 10 years of that mindset shift. And two, I also think that being more self-disciplined in business with not being unwavered in my vision, not letting setbacks get in my way, I think will really help me with my long-term growth goals that I have. Being more self-disciplined in my life might mean doing the hard things that I'm avoiding, but it will mean that I am happier overall. And I think that discipline doesn't mean like someone yelling at you, telling you have to do this,
militant.
Like self-discipline is like harnessing your mind to get more out of life and to not be complacent.
Yeah.
One of the ways that I'm going to do that is I'm going to do a challenge in January, which I spoke to Kate about yesterday, and I'll delve more into this on social media. But 10 years ago, I did a challenge where I wanted to do something for 31 days straight. And I got
a physical challenge.
Yeah. I got 20 days in a row. And then on the 21st day, I got tickets for free to participate in Tough Mudder through my work. So I was like, cool, let's do it. And again, at the start of that year, I never would have thought I was capable. I did Tough Mudder. I had a really good time. It was really hard, but I missed the streak of 31 days of doing this challenge. And then I got back the day after Tough Mudder. I was broken, I was sore, and I did whatever it was, 8 to 10 more days of this challenge. And I was still proud. I got 30 days in a row of doing something that was hard, and I did Tough Mudder. I know that that is good.
Yeah.
But it has bothered me since then.
For 10 years, you've been holding on to this.
I've been festering because one, I'm stubborn, and two, I would like to finish what I started. So in January, I'll give you more details about what that will look like, but I am very confident that I'll start this 31 days in a row of this physical challenge. I'm going to tie it into a charity that I feel very passionate about.
Yeah.
And it's all going to be the way I kickstart the year with the intention of being more disciplined.
Yeah. I love this.
Give it to me. What's your word?
I feel like my words, I think last year, I can't even remember what my word was last year. I think it was like intentionality or growth or something like that. I can't remember.
I think it was grow.
I think it was grow.
Yeah.
And I definitely have laid the foundations to fully fucking send it this year. I want to say that my word would be discipline as well, but I also want to lean on the word of like sending it. Can I have two words? I don't know.
Yeah, you can have two
But
words.
I feel like this year was like laying the foundations, building the levels of discipline that I have over the last 12 months to do the work that I've wanted to do. And then next year would just be like all systems go. So like building,
Send it,
that kind of energy. I need to come up with like a good word that feels good. Maybe I'll pop it in the show notes once I figure it out.
Yep.
Discipline, focus, that kind of vibe. But yeah, I just have laid the foundations for something good for this year coming up. And I'm excited to see like what kind of evolves from it with everything, like life, business, podcasts, myself, mental, all the things. But yeah, I don't really have any big plans, like a challenge that you're doing or anything like that. I'll be doing it with you.
Me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wait, you might not have a word, but my dad wrote this in a card when I was 12 and it said, the world is your oyster. So maybe that can be your theme for next year.
That is a vibe. Harness it and send it.
Grant Mullins.
Absolute
we king.
Fucking love him. Yeah, so I don't know what my word will be, but it'll be something along those lines. I just kind of want to like, I made a commitment to myself. Let's put on the fucking podcast. So then I 100% cannot go back on my word. Not that I would, but it's here. It's now.
I know what it is.
I'm turning 30 in September next year, right? That's not great. Yes, I know.
Why have I not made that connection with my plans for September?
It's all happening. Oh, it doesn't matter. Okay. That is way more important than this being of importance. Oh no. Sorry. She's out. She's out, boys. So I turn 30 in September next year. I can either pretend it's not happening or
buckle up.
I can just fucking show up. So I made a commitment that I'm getting the hottest I've ever been.
Yep.
The richest I've ever been.
Yep.
And there is nothing that's going to stop me from doing those two things.
I believe you will be
now,
there.
What does hot look like? I want to be fucking hot. I'm talking abs. I'm talking lean. I'm talking athletic.
Yeah.
I'm talking heads are turning when I'm walking down snapping necks when I'm walking down the street. I'm serious about it.
Yeah.
When I say rich, I'm meaning rich. No, I just have like some certain personal like goals that I want to make in my business. Money
Kate's
goals
making
that
$1
I
million
want to make.
next year.
Huh? Yeah,
What?
a milli. Yeah, we're hitting a milli. There's no in between. Yeah, so she will hit $1 million in her business next year, and she also is going to have abs and breaknecks. And that's what we're doing in 2025.
So good.
And I want to travel. I also really want to go
Japan,
Europe. Hopefully in April, Europe around August, September time. Yeah.
And on that note,
we're done.
A wrap. 2024
Wait.
What?
We have some sad news.
Actually don't know where you're going. Sad?
Yeah.
What's sad?
Oh.
What's sad?
That's awkward. Guys.
I actually don't know what you're going to say. I'm scared.
Guys, as we wrap up 2024,
yes.
we're moving into December, which means we're taking a little break from the podcast.
Okay, yes.
That is the sad news.
Yeah.
We will not be back in your ears until mid to late January. But if you're wanting to keep up to date, you can find us on our Instagrams at Coach Gemma, at Coach Gemma, at the Kate Morris, over on our Instagram account as well, Oi Let's Talk, and have a safe and beautiful holiday season with your families and your loved ones. Enjoy it. Don't stress about the calories, the macros, the training. Just fucking live in the moment. And we will see you ready to thrive in 2025.
We cannot wait.
Love
Bye,
you.
guys.
Bye.